Hello YouTube and welcome to the channel. Now today's video is going to be a short review and unboxing of this. It's a JJRC Q65. You'll recognise it as the Willys Jeep Type 1. Now I've never really been bothered about reviewing this particular truck in the past because I'm not a massive Jeep fan and it never really interested me. But after a short conversation with another gentleman on YouTube, he reckoned that his Q65 was fully proportional. So that would mean that this is probably one of the cheapest, if not the cheapest, sort of 1/16th scale, 1/12th scale truck you can buy that is fully proportional. Now you can pick these up at the moment for an absolute steal. This cost me 26 quid on eBay, free postage and packaging. I'll put a little note at the bottom to convert it to dollars to our American brethren. But like I say, these are super cheap at the moment, and if it is fully proportional, like I say, it would make it one of the cheapest that you can buy out of the box, which goes against the grain because most JJRCs are non-proportional and to be honest are awful. So enough of me waffling on, let's crack the box open and have a look. As ever, you are viewing it as I'm opening it, as it were, because I've not touched this box, so any horrors that I find inside will be shared with you accordingly. So let's just get it open. Let's have a look. Well, the box is in reasonable condition. I bought it off eBay. Let's get that one done now. And a couple here. Like I say, I'm interested to find out if it is fully proportional. I've had the green one, by the way. Now then, let's have a look in the box. We've got some instructions there. Obviously got the truck itself, plenty of sellotape holding it together. I might fast forward this a bit. We have one battery charger as well. Obviously a controller. Now this now it's got throttle and steering trim on it, so it feels proportional. So that, I've never seen one of these controllers with a JJRC before. And we've actually got the Jeep itself. Now I have to admit, like I say, I'm not a massive fan of the Jeep, but it does look quite a detailed little thing. Steering wheel moves. Tyres are quite soft and squishy, which is good. We've got a little spade on the side. Oh, and you can, oh, look at that. You can move the windscreen up and down. Looks as though it's got lights. But it's looks quite a detailed little thing, really. Where's the battery? There's a battery in. Ah, right. Now then. Oh, it's on Velcro. Never come across that before. Now it says the battery. Oh God, it doesn't want to come out. Bloody hell! Ah, there we go. Got a little Velcro patch on it. The battery is a 500 milliamp hour, 4.8 volt. So it's not going to have much power at all. Straight out of the box, I can tell you now, it's going to probably have very little off-road potential. But like I say, they're super cheap, and if it's fully proportional, to be amazing. Anyway, let's have a look round it. First impressions, like I say, it's very detailed. Underneath, yes, that looks like a 130 motor. These axles are actually huge, and they don't even look like WPL ones, which are the usual sort of standard fare that they put on them. I mean, there's a steering adjuster there, but I'm going to be honest, it doesn't appear to do anything. So it could well be fully proportional, this. Oh, and we've got rear lights as well. Looks like a full set of rear lights. I don't know if it's got indicators as well, but there's two sets there. Anyway, what we'll do, we'll get the little battery charged up. and we'll try it. As usual, I did forget to mention that you have to supply 2 AA batteries for the controller, and you also get one of these little plastic screwdrivers. That's the battery fully charged, so we'll turn it on, lights start flashing at you, turn on the transmitter, there we go, it's bound to it now because the lights go solid. On the subject of lights, I tell you what, these yeah, set front and rear, and they're super bright. These are super bright. Anyway, is it proportionally steered? Check. Excellent stuff. We've also got a throttle and a steering trim function on the transmitter, and a dual rate knob so we can turn the speed up and down, and everything seems to work nicely on it. I don't know if you can tell there, the wheel was moving as I was pressing the steering trim button. Forward and backwards, check. Now, it does sort of beg the question, because I mean this is quite highly spec'd controller really, so it does beg the question, why have JJRC seen fit to give the Q65 this spec, but they still persist in selling the completely non-proportional Q64 and Q75 and Q60. I know you can get the Q60 in kit form, but the Mancat and the Hemmet truck that they produce, obviously you can't. So why not give those 2 trucks? Because I mean they're quite good sellers. Why not spec those similarly to this? I don't get it. Because this basically is what everyone wants. Right then, enough waffle from me. Let's go and try it. Now, it won't be doing any serious off-roading because that 130 motor and the 4-volt battery, I can almost guarantee won't manage it. So we'll go and find a nice little relatively flat location and take it for a spin. Okay, back inside now. Conclusion time. What did we think of the Q65? Well, let's start with the good points first. The looks. I think JJRC, as usual, because they're pretty good at this anyway, have done a top job of making this look like a Willys Jeep. It's, you know, pretty spot on really. And I tell you what, the quality seems absolutely bob on as well. even down to, I mean, these drive shafts, for a 130 motor, these drive shafts are very chunky, and they've got like a little Allen key. Don't know if the camera will pick it up there. I'm presuming if you undo that, you can just slide it off the axle. But from a quality point of view and a looks point of view, it's absolutely spot on. It gets a big thumbs up from me. Another good point is the fact that it's fully proportional, which at this price point I find absolutely amazing. I mean, you've got a very well spec'd transmitter with throttle and steering trim, and a dual rate for the throttle, so obviously you can slow it down, speed it up, whatever you want. Again, at this price point, I find that absolutely amazing. And believe it or not, another good point, battery life. Ooh. Now, considering that this is only a 500 milliamp hour battery, blow me if I didn't get about 15 minutes out of it. So battery life is excellent, I think, for the size of battery you get. Bad points. Well, there really is only one bad point, and that's just a lack of power. Like I said to you beginning of the video, I wasn't expecting much. I mean, this little 130 motor, they're not up to much, and couple that with a 4.8 volt battery, which is a very strange voltage, I think, means that you're not going to have a very powerful or capable off-roader. Even though, I'm going to stick my neck out here, if JJRC perhaps produced a version that was 7.4 volt with a 260 motor in it, let's say, like in the MN, I think you'd have a very, very capable little Jeep here, and I think you'd have something that was possibly equivalent to the new FAE FY003-1 or the MND99. So like I say, so stick my neck out and say, if this came with a better motor, with a better battery, I would say JJRC had an MN99 on their hands. It does beg the question why JJRC have got this little Q65 with fully proportional throttle and steering and a quite highly spec'd controller for the price point, or transmitter for the price point, and yet you've got the Q75 and Q64 Mancat and Hemmet trucks that aren't proportional in any way, shape or form, and have got a really, really cheap electronics on them. So they can do it, JJRC, but I think they're doing it with the wrong sort of vehicles. I mean, can you imagine if they produced a Mancat with this sort of setup, but 7.4 volt? It'd be fantastic. Right then, would I recommend the JJRC Q65 to anyone? Despite its lacking in power, it's a resounding yes, I would. For the money, it's probably one of the best spec little trucks you can buy. Sub £30 mark, fully proportional, with a feature pack controller. It goes well, steers well. It's just nice to use. If it had more power, it would be absolutely brilliant. So there's plenty of potential in this to have an excellent off-roader. I mean, the ground clearance, it's got fantastic ground clearance, and departure and arrival angles on it are pretty good. So yeah, I would wholeheartedly recommend anyone buys this. And you could do a lot worse, honestly. As ever, if you found this video of interest and use, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're feeling that way inclined, click that subscribe button at the bottom. It makes a massive difference to producing content for you guys. Once again, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you soon.